Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we enjoyed Jack Daniels. Was it Fire? I think it was called
Tennessee Fire.
Tennessee Fire. Perfect.
Sure was.
And we got a lot of people here in the chat yet. Nobody in the show, according to what the number up there.
Right. Well, Double G's in the house, and I'm going to go with him first because you're almost spot on.
We give you credit.
Yeah. Very close. Very close.
Give you credit today.
I got the blue hoodie. He's got the little black and red in there. So, but first out the box was cool. Carl's in the house. How's it going? Danny Daniels here. Delightful, lovely Don's here. GG, gorgeous guide guru. Marvelous Michael. Triple J's here again. I can believe it because you really should be.
Wow.
Awesome Artie's here.
Guten Tag.
And,
Yeah, well, now you're jumping ahead. I got that written down, guy guru. You don't worry. It's written down.
Oh, Jay-Z Jeff's here.
First, I want to go ahead.
Marvelous Michelle's here. And awesome Aaron's here, who I spent lunch. This is the cheapest lunch you'll hear it from any steakhouse in the world today.
Sizzler.
No, it's the one by Chipotle. Longhorn. Is it Longhorn?
Oh, all right. Yeah.
So, Aaron, Dan, and me, guess how much it was?
$80.
No. You'll never guess. 20. Everyone got water.
Right.
They both got soup. Aaron ordered wings, but the wings were all sold out by like 1 o'clock. So he goes, "I'll forget. I'll just have the soup." Then I had a side salad and some other dietetic crap.
Wow, you should have invited me. I could have blown that $20 out of the water on my appetizer alone.
I felt bad for the waitress. I had to bump up the tip a little bit just to make it fair.
Here's $3.
Exactly.
Wow.
Crazy. Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels is here. Yep. Equivalent to a Happy Meal nowadays.
That is absolutely true. I just was seeing a thing in Connecticut for the Egg McMuffin meal. It's like almost $17. So don't eat Egg McMuffin meals in Egg McMuffin. Do not eat those over in Connecticut.
Wow.
Crazy. First, I want to apologize. We did have a video that will be going up. We're going to be putting up anyway, but we've been having some problems. I got to have Brandon, neighborhood kid, come on by. Apparently, the computer is freezing a little bit during the videos. So don't know exactly what's going on. It's a newer computer too, so it should not be doing that. So we'll have to have him troubleshoot it. So we do appreciate you understanding that. And I'll put a little note when I put the video up as well, apologizing on that. Now we'll get into the show as we always do. Everybody out there, how are your sales? Mr. Magazine, how are your sales?
I really like to go with yours first, but all right. So eBay is horrible. No surprise there. I don't know what's going on. It used to be a weekend thing. Now it's during the week. Now my sales are off. We're trying to restructure the sales, but we had a glitch where we couldn't create new sales and store them. So I'm thinking because there's sales going on
right now.
So then probably. They ended today early, maybe noon. And since then, hardly any sales. So we're really plummeting today. So tomorrow morning, I got to get in and recreate the sales. Push him through.
Now, what are you going to have as your sale percentage? So do not buy from him right now. Do not buy from him right now.
Well, I do take offers. You
all right.
You know, that's what I mean. The sales are really irrelevant if you make a low offer, because I could always, take 50%. Who cares? But where there's 3 tiers, there's anything over $50 is $12 or 12% off.
Right.
And then everything like say in a 20 range to 25 range, 10 to 25 range is going to be, I think 25 off, and then the cheaper stuff is going to be 33 off.
Okay, so how did the 50% off sale work for you?
It definitely put more money in my pocket. Let's put it that way.
Right.
I gave away some better stuff cheaper than I wanted to, but I also got rid of a lot of crap that I didn't want to. So it averaged out.
Right.
There was a couple months ago, then we dropped it down to 40, and then the 25 and the better stuff went down to like 20 or 15. So we're experimenting, but nothing seems to work because at the end of the day, every other site I list on is making me more money.
So the other sites are doing better now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nice. See everybody else's sales are going.
Cool. Carl's here.
Sales are great.
Very jealous.
Nice.
Cool, Kelly.
Sales have been decent. Today was sluggish, hoping for some late night shoppers. There you go.
All right.
Sales are a bit on the low side, but have been very steady the last 7 days. Good direction.
Wow.
Nice.
Jealous of everyone.
Pretty steady. Okay. Haven't had a sale since Monday. Oh. There you are. You're always going against the tide there, Don. Always going against the tide.
Monday at midnight is better than Monday at 8 a.m.
Or maybe she sold out of stuff on Monday.
True.
There's always that
Yeah,
possibility.
yeah.
Sales are not too bad this week so far. Okay.
All right.
Sales sucked
Wow.
until the weekend, and then they exploded.
That's a good one. Good word. Yeah. I wish. I'm jealous.
I know, Don. I hope it picks up. I had to do end and relist to wake it up. Okay. I did another ESS today and running sales, so fingers crossed. Okay. Mine were dead till I ended and sold similar, Don.
How are your sales?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Been slow. It seems like Thursday is always the day right after our show. It's almost like eBay watches the show and then decides whether they're going to let me have sales or not. Apparently, I said something last Wednesday that they did not like. I apologize to the eBay gods. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. So hopefully the sales pick up tomorrow. Sales been poor since about Thursday on. I mean, just have not been overly good by any means whatsoever. So been slow for me. But the last time when I was on the show, I was saying how great sales were. I should keep my mouth shut. They shut me off.
Yeah, they've been dropping little by little for me.
Yep. Don't you usually just sell during the slog? Oh yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure there'll be a lot of sales during a live broadcast. Can't believe everybody isn't just tuned into this. How about any buys? Anybody out there buying anything? How about you, Mr. Magazine?
Well, mostly Aaron's got my buying covered and my wallet's empty because he's driving all over. He was here Monday.
And he orders soup.
That's true. It saves me a lot of money. I can spend more on items that way. But he was here Monday and Wednesday.
Did he get a cup or a bowl?
I hope a bowl.
I would hope so. Yeah. I mean,
then again, sometimes bowls are $10, so maybe not. 2 bowls and a salad, forget it. But we had a messy garage. The fire inspector came in, fire marshal, and said we got to clear these aisles.
Bill?
No. So we cleared the aisles. We moved stuff to the warehouse, moved stuff around, listed some of it. We had aisles 1 and 3 completely empty. Well, Aaron came with Dan. Aisle 1 and 3 are filled up again. So luckily he inspected everything when they were cleared out, and then a few hours later, Monday, they started filling them up again. So, and he's going away next week to I think New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, buying some more magazines, DVDs, and some dryer drums for my laundromat.
Nice.
Yeah.
See what other people are doing out there.
All right.
There you go. And so similar. Yep. Haven't really been doing any buying this week, trying to hold off till yard sale season. Nice. These shows before, you're right. Come on, $1 million peddler magic. Yeah, could happen. No buying for Dawn. Okay.
I wish my wife would not buy.
Don't tell the fire inspector about the paperboy house. That is very true.
Yeah, there's a 2-foot rule, and they got books stacked 8 feet high. So.
It actually saw a mirror today locally for $10. All right, well that would count. I would count that. Something. Very little buying. Bought some Lennox spice jars. Sold one for $60 already. Wow, free. I've heard that. Yeah. I have bought nothing. Absolutely nothing. Over the last week, believe it or not. Promoted 21 out of 53 sold. So that's running a little about 40% promoted. So that's less than usual. 51 older offers, 158 total offers, down about 20 from the week before. So people are still finding my stuff. However, this kind of blew me away. A year ago, I had 220 offers for the same week.
Wow.
So it went from 220 offers a year ago to 158, which is crazy. Sold 3 items on $1 Million Peddlers and 4 items on Etsy. So doing okay. Postcards on Facebook. Nice. I had no idea what. So we would have given it to you, except we had no idea they were good. So couldn't give you that, Bolo. I swear I bought nothing. No, I really did not.
Be loaded with money in it. Holy cow.
Yeah, my whatnot sale
for a week.
Both my whatnot sales. $4, I think, from my whatnot sales. I did get
one time you ran out of gas and then you did your whatnot sale and you were able to fill up half a tank.
That was a good sale. I did get a call from a gentleman who goes, I don't know if you remember me or not. You saw me in Walmart a year ago and gave me your business card. And I recognize his voice. I'm like, yeah. So I called him back and I said, yeah, of course I do. But it's, I'm busy this weekend and then next weekend's all the stuff with Valentine's Day. So I said, hey, can I give you a call in 2.5 weeks? And he goes, yeah, no problem. So I'm going to be calling him in 2.5 weeks. So I'll have a buy at that point. But no, I bought nothing whatsoever. First sale in 11 days.
What's odd with this picture? What no one's asking. How many days? Let's hear it.
Oh, I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, now you don't know. Don, tell him. Come on.
I don't. I
Don
wouldn't
knows.
know. I
Don
mean, I
knows.
wouldn't know. I don't know.
Jeez.
I
Is
don't
it
know.
is it like 2 months in a day or
Sure.
2 months? I did.
Sure.
Exactly 2 months.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Like I know.
For 2 years we had a countdown, and now we're getting closer. You forgot.
Who pays attention to those things? Jeez Louise.
6 weeks and 2 days. See, I was way off.
Glitch of the week. Well, Whatnot glitched slightly today.
Shocking.
And then, right at the end of my auction, I had to go out of the auction and back in because it wouldn't let me run any more auctions, and it like froze up. And apparently, Whatnot is giving people notifications of sellers that they don't follow. So you'll be told that so and so is going live, and you're like, okay, I don't know who this guy is. I don't care about him. Why am I following this guy? So they glitched up that.
I'm going to ask everyone out there if this is a glitch or if it's just eBay's rules for a sale. So I do the markdown sale every 45 days, and it's coming to an end. And I want to restructure all my listings because remember, you can only do 10,000.
Yeah.
Now you can do 15,000 per
sale.
Okay. So anyways, we want to restructure it all. And I tried doing it a few days earlier, so there's no downtime where my sale ends and I have no sale. For say it takes a half a day to do it. I don't know. Well, it wouldn't let us create these sales in advance. So I don't know if it's an eBay glitch or you can't have ongoing sales when you're creating new ones. I have no idea. So we're going to try it out tomorrow because my sales ended.
Right.
And now my sales are crap. So
now we're going to head on into a big glitch. My phone app keeps telling me I have no items for sale when I click on my listings. Wow. Same on my husband's phone, still trying to figure this one out. That is scary. I've had the glitch before where it shows me no items, and
I can renew the sales. I've been doing that for years, but I don't like how they're structured. It's just a mishmash because they don't alphabetize all my 300 store categories. So I kind of got to go through them, add them up, and put them in. But this time I want to do different pricing tiers, and I'll have the magazines in one grouping, and kind of organize it better. So I'd rather do it right and just keep it like that for a while.
Right. All right, we're going to head on into item of the week, and I believe Mr. Magazine has the item of the week this week.
All right, so picked up a
mysterious disappearing comic.
Big comic collection last year, and we got a lot of the high-end grails graded and stuff. I'm collecting some. I sold Paperboy some, traded him some.
Wow, an invisible comic. That's got to be good.
I'm not going to show you yet. I'm not going to show you. So anyways, I had leftover stuff, and usually Silver Age. Is this Silver Age, right?
That would be Silver Age. Yeah.
Superman isn't great. Most of the stuff is very common. So I gave a box to one of my employees. It's a comic guy, and he was listing some on Amazon, and he came up and he goes, "This is a good one. Get it graded." So I got it graded, and it's Action Comics 252.
Sure, it is.
It's got the first Supergirl. If I can, wow, I'm gone now. This is great.
This is
How do you do this every week?
Exactly. You make fun of me every week.
I have no item of the week experience. So it's a Supergirl first appearance. It's graded a 5.0, and it goes for about $3,000.
Wow.
So there you go. I need to do more sales or items of the week so I can get experience.
That is true.
Displaying it properly. True. So anyways, this is getting sold or traded or something to Paperboy at some point. And just thought it was pretty cool to show everyone.
Yep. Yeah, Supergirl, of course, is iconic. So
yeah, good key, yeah.
Great little item right there. Very good.
I'm going to put this back on to remind him how much it's worth.
Wow. Oh, and now it shows up at the price. Of course it does. And suddenly it doesn't disappear.
Good stuff.
I have iPhone, husband is Android. Oh, eBay for Business is working on a ticket. Okay. That is true.
Please let us know how. Well, we haven't. Okay, so if I go into my eBay and go to my categories, alphabetize them there. When I go into the sale,
they're in a different order.
It's just mumbo jumbo all over the place, and I don't know anywhere to change it there. So if you know how to change it there, I'd be happy to and appreciative to figure that out.
No internet at all last night. Oh, jeez, but at least you have it tonight, and that's the important thing. Hit the like button. Yeah. I assume it isn't Superman #1. No, it would not be that. No.
Hold on, I'm not going to forget the new comments here. See,
you're doing better. You're doing better. Nice, Minya, nice.
Yeah, it sure is.
It'll be a keeper in my collection for a while, anyway. For a while. Insulting offer of the week. We both had one, Mr. Magazine.
Good.
So Mr. Magazine's was insulting, Actually, you guys vote on this one over here. I want to know whose was more insulting, Mr. Magazine's or mine, and you're going to find out why. His was certainly, I will admit, the more insulting one price-wise. But I want you guys to vote on which one is more insulting. Mr. Magazine had a full-size Detroit Lions helmet signed by 2 players, Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yep.
Okay. And he was asking $436. So mind you, this is a full-sized helmet. So good-sized helmet, the real one. What are those costs new for just a helmet?
It's a replica, so $150.
$150 plus.
Now, mind you, they did lose, so this offer was after they lost.
Right, but still, it's still signed by 2 players.
Yeah.
$436. Mr. Magazine got an offer of $180. So $180 on a $436 item.
And
okay.
Certified by either Fanatics or.
Oh, okay, so it actually is certified.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So that is his entry this week. My entry this week, I had Archie Annual number 14 from 1962. I'm asking $24.23 free shipping. Okay. Gentleman offers me $10. So $10 on a $24 item.
Free shipping.
Free shipping. However, he put a little note in there. My final walkaway offer. So I responded back to him. I declined it. And I responded back, bye. And then I banned him.
You know what would be cool? I mean, I don't know. We wouldn't get in trouble for doing this. You take the comic, you tear it in half, and you relist it for a penny and say, I relisted it for you. And then he knows, like, seriously, that's a good way to piss him off, right?
My final walkaway offer. Okay, bye.
Yeah. I mean, well, eBay can't
bye,
demand
Felicia.
you're trying to sell it.
Exactly. Bye, Felicia.
Yeah,
exactly. Passive aggressive paper koi is the best paper koi.
Yep.
Lee Hazel came in. You can say hi to Lee.
Lucky Lee. Cheers.
So I think you win for having the worst offer, but I think I win for the for the overall.
You gotta start doing stuff like that. Tear it in half and relist it. I lowered the price for you. It's a penny.
For the overall presentation. And as far as passive aggressiveness goes, John, I am world class in that. So just to let you know, that I know I'm good at. Interesting other things. One local dealer I actually saw the other day, his death piles are completely empty. He has no items. A friend of ours that we know.
Wow.
Paper goes more insulting just because of the attitude. Yeah,
true.
So I asked him what he's going to do. He goes, don't worry about it. The phone will always ring. Always get another buy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of good for him. However, I went over and
he doesn't like inventory anyways.
No, he doesn't like
space in his house. So.
That is very true. I don't know if you saw this or not, but PayPal cut 9% of their staff.
Wow.
Which I think eBay last week we had mentioned cut 9% of their staff. So 9% appears to be the magic number.
They got to fire one employee. Nope. Not for 6 weeks and 2 days.
I know somebody that you could fire. Somebody really incompetent.
You have way too much time on your hands in 6 weeks and 2 days.
But look how passive aggressive I could be to sell or to buyers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It'll be wonderful.
It's hard for that.
So it was mentioned earlier. I think Guide Guru mentioned it. eBay got fined again. They were fined $59 million by the feds for selling or for allowing to be sold pill presses and things like that. People were buying them, and then they were making fake drugs and fentanyl drugs and all this stuff. And I guess they weren't even paying any attention to who was buying them. And I guess they're supposed to be reporting that sort of thing to the feds. They didn't report. However, they came out and said, we don't feel we did anything wrong, but it's easier to just pay $59 million than to fight it.
Right.
Of course it is, because it's only $59 million. Chump change. This I thought was really interesting. So up for auction, and I want you to guess what the guy's going to be asking for it. A napkin. So it's a napkin.
Okay.
That had a little Schoolhouse Rock. Nice. That had a little writing on it. It was the initial write-up for Lionel Messi.
Mm-hmm.
His contract when he was going to Barcelona. So his agent was sitting there with a representative from the team and all that. And it's like, look, we can make this work. And they drew out, we'll pay you this, whatever was on it, 10 years, this amount of money. So all the little scrawlings on it. No, I think it was signed by the agent and the other guy. and it came out of one of the estates. So what do you think they're going to be asking on that?
I mean, soccer's massive and huge. I'm going to say 1.5 million.
Oh, well, you'd be getting a bargain at the $382,000 he's asking for it.
Okay.
So $382,000 for a napkin.
I mean, some of these guys make like $1 billion a year now. These soccer players, it's ridiculous.
So $382,000 for a napkin. I'm going to show something. Close your eyes, Mr. Magazine, for 1 second. I'm going to try to do a Mr. Magazine magic trick. I don't know if you all can see this or not. You all see that? We'll see if you see what is wrong with that. This is from a Heritage auction. Now I'm going to give it to Mr. Magazine. This was up for auction at Heritage. What is wrong with this?
Well, there's the penthouse, and there shouldn't be there. You can't sell those.
Absolutely. So Heritage Auction had an auction of Men's Magazine, group of 33 various publishers, 1955 to 1984. First item right over there. If you have this, throw this out. You are not allowed to sell that. That is illegal. It is absolutely 100% illegal. It has an underage Tracy Lords in it. Do not ever try to sell it. Throw it out. Heritage had that up for auction. I emailed them and said, you're not allowed to sell that, just to let you know. That is illegal.
Now, when obviously they had no clue, but they have anything to fall back on because they had no clue.
They should know that. They should definitely know that. The sale went through. As far as I know, they did not pull the lot.
Wow.
Should be kind of interesting. I'll see if I get a reply back to them at some point on that or not. One of those things that would be difficult to argue with legal use for if it was a pharma company. That's true. Very true. Yeah, so that was kind of crazy to see that at a Heritage auction. And I did, again, I did reach out to them and say, you're not supposed to be selling this.
It was still live when you reached out to them?
Yeah. And
how many days left? Was it still
like
April
a day
9th?
and a half or something like that?
They should be answering emails within that time period. So.
Yeah, for something like that. I mean, that's a federal crime. I said, you're not only...
You get the wrong person that sees it and knows that, and then he reports it to the police.
To the feds.
Who knows?
The feds. Yeah, that would be one of those deals where the feds could come in and say, we're fining you, and
$1
million fine, and what's Heritage going to do? No. And they'll just pay the $1 million and cost of doing business. Kind of crazy. So, Mr. Magazine, you were looking at an item, a Star Wars 21 back Boba Fett AFA 80.
I was.
Well, you sent me the offer that the guy made.
Pretty cool, yeah. He made me a discount offer.
Yeah, he was asking $11,000, and he made Mr. Magazine an offer to buy it at $10,000. So he chopped $1,000, about 10% off.
Yep. Unfortunately, I did not buy it. Bad time because of all these deals going on around. I spent like $50,000 in the last few weeks. So
wow,
yeah,
nice.
I'll get one someday.
Nice.
I'm not too concerned.
Well, did you happen to spend 19,500 pounds the other day, Mr. Magazine?
No.
Oh, a guy sold at an auction a carded vinyl Cape Jawa.
Nice.
Second one he sold.
Wow.
He worked for a toy company in England and got 2 of them sent to him back in the day in the late 70s.
Is it graded?
Didn't say it was graded, but
you got to grade those.
$20,000, something like that. Yeah, except again, he got it for free.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Skyrocketed after COVID, big time.
Did you get the email from Brandon Steiner from Collectibles Exchange, Mr. Magazine?
I don't think so.
He actually had an eBay live auction last week. So somebody's actually doing eBay live auctions.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting to watch. It's the world's slowest rollout, but that's a whole nother story. Did you see Harrison Ford's Star Wars script is up for auction?
Oh, wow.
He apparently was in England when it was like one of the early versions of the script when it was called The Adventures of Luke Skykiller.
Starkiller or Skykiller?
Skykiller is what it said.
Because he was Starkiller.
Yeah, it said Luke Skykiller according to the...
Now, Harrison Ford has this now when he's selling it, or he had it a long time
He
ago?
had it. He rented a flat in England, and he left it behind when he moved. And so the family had it. They think it's going to go... Take a guess what they think it's going to go for.
$500,000.
$12,000 to $15,000. I need to start selling you stuff, Mr. Magazine.
I'm broke. I'm overpaying all this stuff. Holy cow!
That seemed like a deal, though. $12,000 to $15,000 for Harrison Ford's copy of that.
I guess
That does seem low. And then Stu Sutcliffe, who was an original Beatle, his estate, he passed away a long time ago. His estate is selling off, but wants to keep it together. An early archive of Beatle stuff, papers and all this stuff from the 1960s, including when they changed their name and his writing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So real interesting on that as well. They should have kept the original name. Yeah, there you go. eBay Live. They should just buy whatnot. Exactly. Exactly.
That's true.
And then there's also footage. Remember you've heard of the movie Help from the Beatles?
Mm-hmm.
There's footage from it that a guy bought on eBay back in the day, a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's 3 minutes, 17 seconds of footage from behind the scenes. They think it's going to go for $10,000. My question is, which nobody has said, what did he pay for it on eBay back in the day? $500, $1,000?
The Harrison Ford script is way cooler than that. Jeez. All
right. Well, buy both. Why choose? And then did you see the thing going at the auction? They found an unopened case of the Gretzky O-Pee-Chee year.
Who found this and where did they find it?
Some guy like bought it years ago and then forgot all about it. And then he found it. So it's a sealed case of 16 boxes with 48 packs each in it. With Gretzky rookie.
Millions of dollars.
They're expecting it to go for $2 million. Yeah. It's at like $1.3 million as of recently.
I think the 86 Fleer Jordan case goes for that. So that really should go for more money. There's no doubt in my mind. That's crazy.
Crazy the stuff that's out there. Kat Von D. And this is I found this was really interesting. She actually won a copyright lawsuit. She was sued over a tattoo.
Really?
She made a tattoo of Miles Davis.
Right.
And I guess it's a famous pose of Miles Davis, but she changed it up a little bit. She tattooed a friend of hers with this tattoo. She was sued by the photographer whose work was the original photo. She ended up winning for a couple of reasons. Number one, she did not charge for the tattoo, so she didn't make any money on it.
That's good.
Number two, she put it on her Instagram like 2 or 3 times, so she wasn't like using it constantly.
Right.
And number three, there were enough changes, like his hand was in a slightly different pose and the head was slightly different. So it had enough differences that it would be fair use as opposed to.
What if you charge $1 compared to $5,000?
That probably would have made a difference there. Wow. Yeah. But I never thought that a tattoo could be copyrighted. Because you think about it, how many people do you see out there with?
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got their favorite band logo on their arm, or they've got Superman logo.
Right there, there's a million of them.
Hey, Dave's odds and ends. Welcome.
How's it going?
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. I didn't even think about that potential that being copyrighted, but yeah, it went all the way through the court. Has anybody else out there noticed more international sales, Mr. Magazine? Have you noticed that? I've been selling a lot more stuff internationally on eBay.
I mean,
you only really know when you print the label because it's going to the local international thing.
Maybe 10 a week. I don't know. I don't think it's crazy. It's probably up a little bit. But I'm not breaking the bank.
Right. Yeah. So it's Disney. Yeah, right. They'll come in. They'll rip your arm off and take it back. That's ours. Well, you could do it with Steamboat Willie. That one you can get nowadays. So everybody's got bad Steamboat Willies on their arms. But yeah, who knew that was? I mean, I just never even thought about that.
That's crazy.
Hey, if you like sci-fi, and who doesn't? You like sci-fi, right?
Sure.
Come on by Whatnot, 9 a.m. on Saturday. It's for the entire weekend. There's about 40 sellers. It's all sci-fi weekend over on Whatnot. I'm at 9 a.m. on Saturday. I've got about 50 some magazines that I've put up.
Wow.
So if you like magazines, a lot of 1950s sci-fi. Ooh. Yeah, so some good stuff this week. Found a box in the basement, and I knew this was coming, so I definitely saved the stuff up for it. So it's, Steamboat Willie, So come on by. And then what are you doing Saturday, Mr. Magazine? After, of course, shopping my auction?
I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know.
Well, I will be going to the Irondequoit Beer Company, so stop on by and say hi to me. They're having a stout fest over there.
Oh, well, my wife likes it there.
$50 to get in, and it's from noon till 8 p.m. That's an awful lot of stouts.
I got a feeling we'll be going because a lot of our friends go there. So,
well, I don't know. They may have sold out of the tickets, though.
Oh.
It's an actual stout festival. They have a heated tent and all that. So I'll be selling sci-fi magazines and then drinking stouts. So pretty good Saturday for me. I don't know about the rest of you. And Whatnot is doing 0% commission for the 24 hours leading up to the big game.
Wow.
You know what the big game is, right? Don't say it.
Yeah, the Bills already lost. The big game's over with. They lost. Goodbye.
Don't say it.
Goodbye.
And it's actually funny because I've read a couple of different copyright lawyers and trademark lawyers. You can use the word Super Bowl. You can go ahead and say it. Nobody is going to think that a small diner in Rochester is in any way associated with, affiliated with, or endorsed by the NFL. But the NFL will send the letter to scare you, and people are like, oh, I'm scared. But you can use it. But Whatnot is scared, and so they're saying 0% commission on Whatnot for the 24 hours leading up to the big game. I should schedule like the auction on like a Friday, and then go, you charge me commission. What are you talking about? Well, it was the Clippers Pistons game. That's not the big game. How would I know? Oh, everything involves Taylor Swift. Maybe I can have her auction stuff off for me. I think I do pretty good there. Per Darren Ravel. Do you know that name, Mr. Magazine?
I know Ravel.
There you go. Darren Ravel is a sports reporter.
Okay.
I used to work for ESPN. Now he's independent, but he does more on the collectible side of things.
Okay.
According to him, Tom Brady is having a signing. Guess how much Tom Brady is charging for a signature?
500.
A little bit higher.
1,000.
A little bit higher.
5,000.
A little bit lower. $3,999.99 for a signature of Tom Brady.
Luckily, he doesn't need that extra penny.
Now, that's for him to sign. What does he charge extra for a 4-word inscription? 3 to 4 word inscription.
It's got to be double.
He'll charge $1,499.99. So for $5,000, you can have him say, you're an MVP, Chuck.
Super Bowl MVP.
Or you're an MVP, Chuck.
I'm the greatest.
Exactly.
This is ridiculous.
So $5,000.
And he will sell out because there will people be out there that will definitely pay that. But
yep.
It's crazy.
Olympic Cafe to Olympia Cafe. Wow. That's crazy.
So what would 1,000 signatures be? 5 million?
I don't know. I can't do math. I'm an auditor. Enough money that he probably doesn't need. How about that?
Right.
How about we just put it that way?
Catch up to Giselle if they're going to be equal someday.
That's true. Well, you don't think she's paying him alimony? He's unemployed.
The worst if he charges, I know a lot of them charge extra for photos. If you want a photo with him, personalizing, obviously, it's just that's way more than anyone's ever charged ever. I don't think anyone's ever charged 1,000. Even Jordan, I don't think when he's had signings charged 1,000. Crazy.
So are you having him at your store anytime soon?
No.
Oh, all right. Gotta ask.
I'm gonna stick to the B-list adult stars.
There you go. So I contacted eBay via Facebook today, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
I wanted to let them know 6 weeks, 2 days, because I'm sure they wondered.
Yeah.
No, actually, I did reach out to them, and all right. So that was why. I wanted to reach out to them and let them know that I was retiring soon. And you hear all these horror stories about people whose sales go up, and then eBay all of a sudden wants receipts, and they want this, and then they close people's accounts because their sales increase and they don't have receipts for stuff.
You have more time to list.
So I said, I'm retiring. I'm going to be listing more stuff. I go, it's going to be the same kind of stuff I have now. Moldy magazines and crappy pieces of paper. I'm not, we're going to suddenly be listing game consoles and codes and all that stuff. It's going to be the same stuff I have now.
Right.
It's just going to be more of it. I said, and hopefully my sales increase because now I've got extra hours every day. They responded back to me, congratulations on your upcoming retirement. Should not be a problem. The only problem would be if I started getting a lot of customer defects. I wasn't shipping out on time.
Right.
I wasn't. They go, and it doesn't look, we don't feel that's going to happen. So you have nothing to worry about. I said, all right, I just wanted to reach out to you because I didn't want all of a sudden be shut down.
Right.
Because, I went from listing, 10 items a day to listing 30 items a day. And then all of a sudden their algorithm goes, uh-oh, what's going on over here? Right. So I wanted to be proactive on that. But that was the response that I got.
Now, when you told Whatnot that was happening, they said, don't worry, you're still, even with increased sales, you're still,
Oh, yeah. They said,
nowhere near the, the amount.
Any threshold. Yeah. They said, okay, great. You're selling $4 a month now instead of $2.
Exactly.
Can you let me know the person I revamped your website that you talked about before? I'm interested in using it for my website.
So Paperboy uses her as well.
Just reach out to was it hello at papergoy.com. Just reach out to that and we'll give you all her information, her contact information. Not a problem.
It looks like a dealer scratching your back.
There you go.
A gigantic dealer.
Big hand. So it's hello at papergoy.com. Item specifics, I am under 5,000.
Wow.
So when we first started this, I think it was up over 12,000. I'm down to under 5,000 item specifics. So we're working our way down on that. And Do you remember a few weeks ago, I mentioned in the one segment about returns and how many returns there were and return fraud and all that kind of thing?
Yep.
I guess return fraud kicked up for the holiday. Last year, 13.7% of the orders were returned. During Christmas, it went up to 16.5%. So almost a 3% boost right there in
when we went gambling a couple weeks ago at the outlet, we went to the outlets in Buffalo, and a lot of places don't take returns anymore.
Oh, really?
As is Nike, all the Under Armour, all those big ones do not take returns.
Wow.
There's signs all over the place.
Yeah. Now, these were the outlet malls?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the regular stores.
But like I bought this Jordan, it was like $20 a hoodie. I got home and there was a little hole, and I go, "Jeez, I picked the wrong one."
Oh, wow.
What are you gonna do?
Wow. So you'll be wearing a Jordan hoodie sometime soon.
Yeah, maybe with a little hole.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine 16.5%? That's insane. All right, Mr. Magazine. We're going to talk today about taking chances as a reseller, with the little caveat that you have to understand that not all of them will pan out. Take it away, Mr. Magazine.
So my position is probably a little different than others, but many years ago, 20, 25 years or so, I had a lot of business debt, my father, myself. So, and I like to have a nice life. Then I got married, had kids. So again,
so that was all shut down.
Exactly. Anyways, my point being is for me to get out of this big debt and continue lifestyle, I had to take some chance. I couldn't be very conservative. And I always is
right where you're going $10 at a time.
Yeah, as long as you knew me, I'm taking chances. I mean, I bought a lot of deals sight unseen. I've paid tens of thousands of dollars for deals that I haven't even gotten shipped to me. But it's one of those things where I had to take chances, help get myself out of debt, and most of them panned out. I mean, again, you take too many chances, something's gonna go bad. So every year, one guy stiffed me out of 5,000, sold me some fake silver, and we never talked to him again. It was a good
local guy
that we had a relationship with for years, and he burned me out of $5,000 and then lost the relationship.
Wouldn't make good,
for
right?
Both of us. But it does happen. But in the bigger scheme of things, like the risk pay off way more than the one guy every year that's going to screw me out of 5,000, and it happens every year. I think it'll be a write off pretty much and expensive.
Yeah, right.
There's another guy I spent. I think he sold me 2 deals for $10,000-15,000. Then I gave him $5,000 up front for a Marilyn Monroe collection. He stiffed me. So I mean, it was some type of a scam he ran, but I did get some good deals out of him. Maybe I broke even. I don't know out of the 3 deals, but again, not everyone. Paperboy won't take those chances. He doesn't need to. So he's definitely more conservative, and that works for him. I like to take the chances. It's it's thrilling. It usually pans out, so it works for me.
Nice. Well, the reason I brought this up this week is because I read an article about Hugo Owens.
Okay.
Good old Hugo.
This Jesse Owens' father?
No.
Okay.
It's from the 1960s.
Oh.
Good old Hugo
Jesse
Owens. He was selling insurance in the 1960s.
Okay.
And he was listening to ham radio on the side.
Okay.
And he heard via the ham radio that there was a bus company in Washington, D.C. that had a lot of lost luggage to dispose of.
Okay.
So he contacted them and said, maybe I'll buy the stuff.
Yeah.
Gave them $300 and bought all their lost luggage.
Okay.
Got it all home. Put out some ads, like old, penny saver type ads. Put all that stuff out. Said, hey, I'm going to be selling this stuff this weekend. Set it up. Sold out by the end of the first day. Made money on it.
Wow.
He's like, wow, I made some money.
Yeah. So
he went and he contacted, bought from them, bought from another bus company, so on. Now the company is called Unclaimed Baggage in Scottsboro, Arizona. They're pretty much the only company doing it. They have huge deals with airlines, etc.
Wow.
Now he's passed on, but his kids are doing it, of course. And some of the things that he has found, and he takes chances all the time because he's buying this stuff sight unseen. He's buying it. They wouldn't tell in the article how he was doing it, but I'm sure it's either by the pound or by the package. All sight unseen.
Goes through it all, organizes it, and resells it.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Gucci suitcase full of ancient Egyptian artifacts from 1500 BC.
What the heck?
Somebody lost that.
They left it on a bus.
Well, this was on a plane.
Airplane.
This was a plane, yeah. The original 4-foot-tall Hagi puppet from Labyrinth, the 1986 film Labyrinth. a F-16 guidance system belonging to the Navy.
Is that even legal to have?
I don't think so. I would think
it can't be legal.
That one I would think you would
cool,
bring back.
But not legal. Yeah.
A Nikon F camera from NASA's space shuttle program.
Even that, just try filming it that no one should have. You know.
A mysterious sealed box that said "Call the CDC immediately."
What the?
That is scary. That is scary. A live rattlesnake in a duffel bag. Now, how did this rattlesnake stay alive and get lost and stay alive for all that time?
Snakes on the plane.
Exactly. Vacuum packed frogs in a suitcase.
Edible.
Yeah, I guess. A bear hide that was packed in salt. A rare violin by a student of Stradivarius.
My Lord.
A xylophone from Neil Diamond's 2008 World Tour. So these things are panning out, to say the least. And then he's selling stuff over there like 2 pounds of seashells for $14 at the store, things like that.
Now, where are they selling these things now?
Just their store.
Oh, really?
They do have an online shop as well, but
wow.
Basically just their store. Then they found a presidential platinum Rolex watch worth 64 grand that they sold off for 32. So they sell things at half price.
They got some good stuff.
A 5.8 carat diamond ring, appraised at 46 grand. They sold for 23. And basically a 41 carat emerald appraised for 25 grand. They sold for 17 grand.
So these buses and airlines do not lose the packages. People leave them there.
No, they get lost. They get left. They get lost.
Them.
Well, they never get found.
Right.
So then the insurance from the airline pays the people off, and then it ends up going to these people.
It's amazing.
But
they got to be worth millions of dollars.
Oh yeah, but they took chances.
Sure.
Absolutely took a chance on it for $300, and now he's got the business there where one thing he sells for $26,000.
Yeah.
But you were mentioning you had some sales that didn't pan, or some deals in situations that didn't pan out for you.
It's generally where someone, stiffs me though. Generally. I mean, if I'm buying a collection, gosh, 999 times out of 1,000, I'm making it's worth. I know what I'm getting. I know that's going to be a deal. It's when the guy takes my money, doesn't ship something, or the guy sells me fake silver. So it's generally I'm getting duped, not buying a bad deal. The one time I spend $30,000 on a pod of adult stuff from California, sight unseen. They kind of explained to me what it was, how many items and so forth. And the guy could have kept 30 grand, but it showed up a pod at my door and it was full of stuff. So
right.
I made out, but definitely could have lost 30,000. And that's when, if that happens, then I have to start changing my outlook. Like I got to be careful or lower my amount of money I'm willing to lose. But generally 5 grand, I think, was it. And it happens like once a year, someone dupes me on something.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
the reason I was asking that was because I imagine a checking bag worth tens of thousands of dollars, not even tossing in an air tag, right? So we were talking about how that guy took chances and built his company up.
Sure.
Now I'd like to bring up the flip side where things don't work out. Now this is going to take a couple of minutes, but there was a company. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Last day of work, go for it. There you go. Company called eBay.
Okay.
In 1999, acquiring Butterfield and Butterfield to foray into big ticket collectibles. However, customers were reluctant to purchase big ticket. Basically, eBay sold it off and ended up losing a fair amount of money on that purchase. Then they bought Cruise International, which was collector automobile auctions. Revenues dropped by 50% by the time eBay was done with them. And then they sold it back to the original owner to focus on the core online business. They bought Billpoint in 1999. Do you remember that?
No.
They lost out to PayPal. So they bought all of that over there with Billpoint. Did not work out for them.
Did they buy Beta? Or what was the other thing besides Blu-ray? Remember that one?
I don't know if they bought that themselves, but then they went into expanded heavy into Europe and Australia. Then they hit tons of roadblocks when going into the Asian market. So they ended up selling off of that, withdrawing out of that. Online classifieds, they lost a fair amount of money of that. They bought Craigslist of 28% for $32 million. They lost money on that deal. Kijiji, do you remember that one?
No.
They lost money on that.
Wow.
They wish that they
chances didn't work out too well for them.
Rent.com they purchased. Do you remember that?
Sounds like a good website name.
They took a $375 million loss on that.
Wow.
Skype. Remember when they bought
Oh,
Skype for $2.6 billion, and then they took a $1.4 billion write down.
They're what you're calling mush.
What else do they do over
Facebook
here?
has to be worth way more than eBay at this point, and they're buying successful companies though.
They bought GSI Commerce for $2.4 billion. They ended up selling it off for $925 million after 4 years, and so on. So, to their credit, eBay was willing to take risks as well.
Yeah.
However, these things did not pan out for them. And I saw that, and like an analyst was talking about eBay, and I was just stunned. I didn't remember 2/3 of those purchases. Oh, hello, Flying Disc. I did not remember 2/3 of those purchases, but it just goes to show, I'm sure eBay, nothing against you, Mr. Magazine. I'm sure they do a lot more research into a deal than you. I'm sure they have a lot higher paid experts to look into these deals. And they go and they've made a few mistakes, as I just pointed over there. So not every deal is going to pan out. Not everything is going to work out well. I go slow and steady, but what was the big risk? It wasn't a particular risk, but what was the big risk that I took during the pandemic, Mr. Magazine?
You got a haircut?
Original art, exactly. I started moving into original art.
No, the art of your haircut.
Yes, art of the deal. So I started moving into original art, and at this point, it's a successful standalone business. And what got me thinking about, part of my business. So what got me thinking about taking chances is, with me retiring, if I don't take the 1099 job, I'm going to have a lot more time on my hands. And I'm starting to think in my head, I've started to talk to a couple of other resellers about different areas that I should move into. Now, I'm not going to be moving into glassware or cars or anything at all like that. Right. It's not like I'm going to suddenly have 17 junk cars parked outside.
Yeah.
I've got my 2 junk cars parked outside, but I use those. But that's kind of why. So what advice would you give me to on this and getting into a different niche and this sort of thing? Or it could be a current niche that I'm in, but expanding it.
Well, you get a couple ways. Maybe ease yourself into some new chances. So stick with the art, maybe do graded magazines. I don't know, just give you an example. Try something else out, or try a few things out, just little chances, and see what you like and pans out. You might want to go into record albums or something, or graded coins, whatever. But take a chance, but make them small so you don't get burned. So, and you can spread it out. 5 different things you want to start doing. Who knows? Or just put everything in art and start looking on eBay for cheap art, looking all over the place for cheap art, and just go with that because that's working for you.
Well, what about, and obviously this hasn't happened, but what about going around locally and let's say, like, I'll give you the perfect example now. They didn't want to sell this as a lot. They were going to keep the stuff, but there was a gentleman locally at an estate sale that probably had, oh gosh, I really don't even know how to count them, 25,000 45s, something rather like that. Would that be the way to do it? Talk to the guy, and again, the widow wanted to keep stuff if it didn't sell. Right. But say she were motivated to sell. Talk to them and say, look, I'll give you X for all of them and take it, and then jump in and learn the market that way. Would that be a way to do it?
Normally, I would say yes. It was any other item but 45s, because 10 years ago I bought 100,000 of them for like $5,000 in Pennsylvania.
Oh, right.
And it's probably a hell of a deal, but it's still sitting in a room that's a death pile. It's a death pile room.
So basically what Mr. Magazine is saying.
You can buy them from me.
I was just saying, Mr. Magazine is saying, that is a wonderful idea, but you don't have to drive all the way to Webster.
At $1 a piece, it's 100,000, and they still have, a lot of them have the jukebox tags on, which it helps sell them. Just give me 10,000, I'll deliver them to you.
Nice. Will you list them too?
No, that I can't.
Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to, touch on that there, tell you how, one company did very, very well taking risks. Another company did
Thank you, I appreciate that.
less well taking risks. Different times than busy. Okay, good. Yeah, so I thought that was an interesting little, again, we don't usually read off things like that, but I thought that was an interesting thing, especially with all the things that gentleman found at the in a lost luggage. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. 45 sell. sell them off, and 95% are going to go for around $10 shipped.
True, very true.
All right, so that was a fun little part of the show over there,
Yeah.
especially finding those articles. Now we're going to head on into the rambling story of the week. Take it away, Mr. Magazine.
Yes, it's me again. I'll make this short and sweet because I keep having trouble finding more rambling stories. It's been how many years now? Almost 3. Anywho, we're going to go back to the late 90s when, I don't know, how old could I have been? 25 years old or so. And my best friend was getting married. We were having a stag party at a local
watering hole. Oh,
yep,
gentlemen's club.
Yep.
Gentlemen's club.
Probably 15 people. He played football at Syracuse. A couple of his Syracuse buddies were there. So we got 3 big dudes there, a bunch of our friends. And in comes this group of kids from high school that we didn't like each other. And we're all drunk, you know, and I don't know what started what. Someone threw a chair. I think it was one of our guys threw a chair at someone. Fight breaks out. It goes outside. And I'm not a fighter at all. You know, I could wrestle a little bit because I was strong, but as far as throwing punches, had no experience. But anyways, I got to get involved. Everyone's fighting. You know, it's just a melee. But you know, I end up throwing a punch. I trip, I fall into a car like backwards, and then one of these guys starts choking me out while I'm on the ground. Well, my 2 best friends see this, and they just run after him and they pulverize him. I don't know what happened to him, but a lot of those people that we didn't like went to the hospital.
Oh wow!
And then we ended up going to Nick Tahoe's after to eat. So that's how it ended up turning out. But you know, I didn't help much. But again, I caused some people pain, but not directly.
Wow!
So, yeah.
Remember not to go to a gentleman's club with you. Wow!
Well, and I heard they had a lot of experience when they used to party in Syracuse when he was playing there.
Right.
And I couldn't go, so I was worked a lot on the weekends. But again, they were telling me they got in fights at bars every weekend.
Oh, that's
so
I
it
guess
a normal thing, you know. It's not just on TV. So,
everybody needs a hobby.
There you go, Nick Tahoe for the win. That was it.
Yeah, we'll see what everybody said on the way out the door here. Does anybody else say anything or not?
Let's see what we got here.
So Rick Astley never going to give you up for 30. There you go.
That's a good deal.
Somebody got Rick rolled.
Smash it. Thank you.
Daily nap when I retired.
Nice,
there you go.
Nice.
All
right.
Oh, it was actually a thing there. All right. Yeah. See, I didn't know that. Yep. Well, until eBay ran it into the ground. All right, everybody. Thank you. Another fun little show over there. Make sure you do smash that like button if you could. Tomorrow, head on over to Whatnot, 4 p.m. Eastern for some great books. $3 starts, 30-second auctions. And come on by Saturday, 9 a.m. Come on by for all science fiction, 48, something like that magazine. So if you like 1950s science fiction, it's definitely the place for you. So come on by. And even if you don't like 1950s science fiction, come on by. But there's going to be 40 some sellers, and they're kind of featuring science fiction for the entire weekend. So that should be really good.
Nice.
And if you're going to be in Irondequoit and you got $50 to spare, come on by the Irondequoit Beer Company for the Stout Fest.
So you're inviting them and not saying tickets would sell out. But when I wanted to go, oh, they're going to sell tickets. They're going to sell tickets. You can't come.
I don't want to have to bail you out by beating somebody up in a parking lot. I've heard that happens.
Oh, because you're going to wear your local celebrity shirt, and they're going to say, why are you wearing Mr. Magazine shirt?
Wow. All right, everybody, hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next week.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.